Wishing you all the best.
Bum bum bada bum 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 bada bada bum 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 bum. I think we're good. Chat, chat, we're live. Chat, we're live. Chat, 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 chat. We are playing Genshin Impact. Yeah.
Safe travels.
Safe travels, right? Okay, shut up. I'm leaving. I gotta run. Okay, so Yolan's in 2. Let's do it like that. I gotta get used to running.
Take it easy.
Beggar. Where's my I don't think I could do this, but... Whoa, she's here. Wrong button. This place is noisy as ever. What are you doing here, Celiano? What? Oh, it's you, traveler. Just running errands for our parents. They want me to escort their precious human daughters back to the countryside for her regular treatments, that's all. She's so pretty. We haven't set out yet, so I figured I'd stop by Zapolyarn to pick up a few things. I still don't know how to pronounce any of the names. Linnea rarely gets the chance to come to Snezhnaya. It's only right that I bring back a few souvenirs for her and her Jack Frost. Anyways, the capital is far too loud for my liking. It's impossible to find any peace here. She's right to stay away. Whoa! That's cool. Okay, let's go. Wrong button, wrong button.
Take it easy.
I thought she was going to be playable. Oh, over there. Yeah.
I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure you trust my taste.
No problem, though I'm sure you mostly ordered for yourself.
Okay, let's get down to business.
Whoa!
I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia per se. You just want information,
I'm
right?
trying to get my popcorn in position. Yup, you got it. But how's he doing anyway?
Wanna take a guess?
He's been picking fights again.
Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia, you know.
Counselor?
That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnaya Vetcha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their next meeting.
What?
They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Stuzha. It's basically all anyone cares about in the Vetcha these days.
Tartaglia, the counselor. Sorry, it's just a little hard to imagine. He doesn't strike me as a pin pusher.
Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he?
Yup, I'll put it in auto.
It all started with a
Also,
very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan.
Okay, also, if anybody's watching, I have my phone on the side, and I can't read what it says, but I am also not going to be reading chat, because spoilers and stuff, but you guys could chat as much. I'm going to be invested in the story. So sorry if I don't read your chat right away.
In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia.
Whoa.
I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But Piero didn't reveal the contents of the letter until the events in Natlan had concluded.
Why Tartaglia?
That was his reaction, too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face.
He has
He always assumed Capitano
cup
looked
face.
down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd known each other. But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. So to the rest of us, it was clear that Capitano had quite a lot of respect for his young comrade. By the rest of us, I mean my Tea Party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. It's not really my place to talk about it, though. You can ask Tartaglia about it sometime.
What?
Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatui.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures. With the ones who stood to benefit the most being the Rooster, Pulcinella, and Regrator, Pantalone.
Okay, let's see what it says. The fifth of the Fatui and speaker of the Snezhnaya. Vice. He wields immense influence throughout the capital. Under his direction, the affairs of state proceed in accordance with Her Majesty the Tsaritsa's will. Yet even in service to that will, the safety of ordinary people cannot be ignored. Okay.
Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful than ever. No one would be able to stop them.
The ninth, he oversees the organization's vast financial network. The Northland Bank is among the enterprises under his command, and many Fatui operations depend on his authorization before their funding can be released.
So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right?
Because the Jester needs to maintain a balance of power?
Exactly. Piero also needed to back a Harbinger as soon as possible. And all things considered, Tartaglia was the best choice.
The last one.
Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time. He and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business, while still maintaining friendly relations with Pantalone, but seeking Pulcinella's support at the same time.
Are you sure it's okay to tell me all this inside information?
What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little tea?
That makes sense.
None of this is confidential anyway. Ask any journalist out there. They'll give you all the lurid details.
Whoa.
You'll see it firsthand if you ever sit in on a session of the Snezhnaya Vecha. All the factional strife, whether open or unspoken, it plays out for all to see in that one little room. Having a voice in the Vecha is the only way to steer policies in your favor. So, every person in that room represents a particular interest group. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector, and Tartaglia represents the Fatui soldiers. Personally, I have no interest in political jousting, but since I have a number of engineers and researchers under my command, I have to make their voices heard. Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecha. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him. Any issue that comes up, he knows how to mediate. That's what the Tsaritsa values most about him.
That explains a lot.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are, but also powerless to change it. A complex web of interests connects all parties involved, and the Tsaritsa sitting at the top adds another layer of complexity. It must be nearly impossible to come up with a perfect solution.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. Time for you to answer a question of mine. You must have known that you can get the info you needed from me. So why